Let's get into the commerce of it. We talked a lot about the art, but let's talk about the commerce. You know,
Yeah.
CJ, I know that you went around and you actually talked to all of these incredibly, legacy businesses and some new businesses in Harlem that were black owned, and you talked to them about their struggles during the coronavirus and everything. And what did you find that made you want to turn this into a nonprofit basis versus it just being a long form art piece?
Well, again, so we were just going and we were just going to capture them in front of their businesses. With the video, we just wanted to capture them and kind of just kind of showcase the businesses in the neighborhood. But then as we started to have the conversations with them, we realized they were so appreciative of us coming out and doing this. It was just like the love was overwhelming, but then the stories too, the heart of the stories. The country's not only dealing with COVID-19, we're also at a critical point in the national conversation around race. In the current climate, social justice is one of the most relevant topics in the country. And so, in order to have some forward movement in that area, a major part of that conversation is about equity and community building and understanding that communities have to be built up. And so as we were, as we started having those conversations, we realized that these businesses needed us. They needed the artists and the creatives in the community to support them. And the creatives also wanted to do something to help the businesses, So this is kind of our form of artivism, as we call it, where we've kind of galvanized the creatives in the community to tell the stories of the businesses and what's going on with them. And so, so that's kind of the gap that we're trying to fill. So it became more than just like, oh, we want to capture you for this video. It's like, okay, the video is great, but what more can you do for us? Can you capture more content for us? Can you continue telling our stories? And so that's where it kind of like then just snowballed. Initially, we were only going to do 10 to 15 businesses. And then it was just like, okay, but then more businesses we started getting calls from businesses and people saying, hey, did you capture this business? Did you capture that business? And so it just snowballed into like now 45 different businesses that we were able to capture and tell their stories. And now we're rolling out their individual stories. So we had the Black Parade Harlem video, which you can see at harlemparade.org, which again, powerful and features very quickly all of these business owners in front of their businesses. But then each one of them have their own video content piece that tells their story of their business, of their relationship with Harlem, of their relationship with the community. And so, so now, it's full steam ahead and we want to continue telling the stories of Harlem and supporting Harlem by way of different programming. And, we're thinking of other type initiatives that we can have that really help them. We realized while we were out there that a lot of them are still struggling, because of COVID. They're struggling. They need money. They need help in all these other ways. So we're trying to come up with different ways where we can raise money to continue supporting them by telling their stories, but also continue supporting them by, if there's an emergency fund, a lot of these different people, they need funds to continue going. And, so that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to fill in the gap as artists. It is our responsibility as artists to bring awareness to the issues that are happening in the community.